I go ahead, Sam.
Yay. Okay, this is week 7 for the Readings on a
Hey.
Mission group. Yay. Okay, the first thing is one key takeaway from the writing rope reading this week.
So, um, my takeaway, the big thing for me was the importance of collaboration with writing. Um, that was a big one for me. And then also the the fact that the cognitive load that writing has with the letter formations, and how the student is focused on how to write those letters,
Mhm.
versus where it gets in the way of them remembering what they were writing or what they had just read. So that was I I never thought about that. I
Yeah,
thought that was a really good point.
yeah.
Um, and
Mine.
then
Oh, go
a
ahead.
lot of it was sorry, a lot of it the I do, we do, you do, explicit instruction, scaffolding, differentiated, all that stuff. Like it's a lot of what we've already learned.
hmm
It's just putting it into play with writing instead of reading.
That was mine. I was gonna say the scaffolding and the like explicit instruction. I know we've talked about it for everything so far, but we hadn't really gone into it for the writing aspect of it. Like I said, I was in that third grade classroom this week, and it was really interesting to see how I literally had to like stand up there and model my thinking and show them exactly like this is how you write
Mhm.
a paragraph. Needing that explicit instruction for writing because it's like reading. It doesn't really come naturally to kids.
Not at
And
all.
also I think a point that was made was giving them a lot of chances to write, even if it's
Yeah.
small opportunities to write. You can tie it in throughout the day. It doesn't have to be during
Mhm.
literacy. You can
Yeah.
do it in math, you
How,
can do it in social studies.
mhm.
Just giving them a lot of chances to write and practice. That's
Yeah,
very
and it,
low, low stakes, not a lot of
mhm.
stress for them.
Yeah, and it builds up that stamina, that writing stamina that a lot of kids don't have. And so they don't write
Mhm.
because, well, one, they don't like to write.
Yeah.
Um, which also brings into the pencil grip and the tripod, all of that, and how that can affect uh, stamina
hmm
of how well a student um, writes and
Yeah.
how often they write.
I was gonna say, I never really thought about how the way you hold your pencil can make it easier or harder to write, but it
Yeah.
definitely does.
And I was telling you about my son and
hmm
how he still does not hold his pencil with the tripod. And we tried everything. We did the pencil grips, we did different pencils. We tried all of that, and he refuses to use them.
Yeah.
And then they told us that as he got older, he would not have the stamina um, for writing. And and it's true, he doesn't. Thank heavens they use a lot of computers now. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I wish he knew how to hold a pencil, but yeah, it was all about that stamina and
Yeah.
being able to continuously write.
I know my sister's the same way. She kind of controls the pencil with her pinky. Like I don't know how, but you see her when she's writing paragraphs and like long things, she has to put her pencil out and she like shakes her hand out
Oh, yeah.
because of the strain that it puts just on your hands and you don't realize that you need to build up.
Mhm.
Like you can't write as long if you're not holding your pencil the right way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was definitely interesting. The
All
next
right.
thing is a strategy from the videos that stood out to our group.
Well, we talked about this, and it was
Yeah.
uh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Um, mine was for the reluctant writers one because I think you see that more often than not now. Kids just don't want to write. So I
Mhm.
think making writing fun sounds like an easy thing to do, but like
It's not.
it's not. I think you have to put a lot of effort into making the writing fun for the kids. I think a big part of it is giving them a lot of choice. Students are way
Mhm.
more likely to do something when they feel like they're in control of what they're doing if they have options. So instead of saying everybody has to write about this one thing, making it here's the type of writing we're doing, but like pick a subject, something that interests you, something that's fun. Like
Mhm.
anything you want as long as it's within, like as long as you write it in this way, I think is one way that you can make writing a little bit.
Yeah, and then also using the like the sentence frames, I think that
Hmm.
really kind of starts helping the student get over that writer's block and
I love
just getting
sentence
them going.
frames.
Because I know when I was younger, I just needed to get going, and then it just flowed.
Mhm.
But it's just that initial oomph, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I think sentence frames are really helpful.
Mhm.
I don't see them used too often, but I put them in almost every lesson plan I use is those sentence frames. Especially, I think I usually use it for students that need more support, but it works for every student where you literally say like this is how you would write this sentence. I think this because this, even that helps them
Yeah,
get that initial
and
motivation to go.
yeah, absolutely. And just even the think alouds, the explicit modeling of how to do it. And that's another thing that I never thought about is just having the students see you writing on the
Mhm.
board. Like that is modeling, and we
Don't
don't
think about it.
consider it until like writing it into a lesson plan that, yeah, just writing it on the board is modeling for a student
Yeah.
uh, about how to write.
Yeah, I think that you don't think about that. Teachers are writing on the boards all the time, and that counts.
Yeah,
That counts as modeling, even if it's not like specifically for the purpose, you're still doing it.
exactly.
I think that actually
Right.
goes into the next one about supporting early writers too. A lot of modeling and also, I was gonna say handwriting and like phonemic awareness,
Hmm.
like letter sounds, but also putting those down onto paper, practicing how to
Yeah,
write, how to write letters, how to write small words is
yeah,
support that they need to build that
yeah,
initial confidence and the initial like skills that they're going to need when they start actually writing.
exactly. And just I was talking about the graphic organizers and
Mhm.
how um it's hard for the students to, yeah, they'll be able to might be able to fill out a graphic organizer with the class, but it's also getting past that, it's almost a block,
Mhm.
getting past that block to take what's on the organizer, put it into that paragraph structure. Um, so doing like the think, pair, share, like how would we take this and how would we put that into a structure using those transition words
I
to
agree.
get all of that information into the answer.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of great tools out there, especially graphic organizers. It's
Yeah,
a good place for them to just put whatever they can think out. And that's where you can come back in. That's kind of that checkpoint too, where you can come back in and see what they have before you help them like move on.
exactly.
Yeah, I
Exactly. So, um, I
think that's
think
it.
we're good.
Yeah, awesome.